Okay. Um, Sorry. New streaming service. Couple of hiccups. First things first. Can you hear me? Because that's the only thing I haven't tested on this thing is the audio. Fingers crossed. Bella's here. Say good morning, Bella. Bella's here. All right. Um, just gonna kind of hang out here. Somebody say hi. Just need to know this is a scary thing. So I don't know. I'm just gonna jump in, hoping that somebody will pop up with a hello. Um, First things first, streaming service. Listen, I was using another very popular streaming service, and they went through some sort of management change. Um, and the prices, the fee doubled. And honestly, I love you guys. I truly do. But I'm not going to pay almost $500 a year. Gina, does that mean you can see me and you can hear me? Yes. So I wasn't going to pay $500 a year for the streaming service. I would have found another way. I'm just a little bitty small business. Oh, thank you, Gina. Thank you for the reassurance. Um, just a little bitty small business. You know, when you're going through like surveys and stuff, and they say, "And how much does your business make a year?" And it starts at $50,000 a year. I am so fond of all that. But you know, it does what I want it to do. So um, not only does out of focus, really, okay, you might have to live with that. Might have to live with that for a little bit. I'm going to bounce over. Hang on. Um, I wonder if I'm going to close a bunch of windows, and you let me know if the focus is getting any better. I'm wondering if I'm using too many resources on my computer. Let's see if that does anything for us. Yep, let me close this one too. Oop, nope, gotta keep that one. I can close these though. All right, here we are. I'm back. All right, I closed all the sources. I closed all the windows that I had open. Let's see if that. Um, if not, I'll do some more work on the backside. So the streaming service again, the price increased, and like I said, I'm just a little bitty business, and this is about what I do. You know, I use it once a week. It's not a professional studio. Fellow wants to get down. Um, it's just me out here to say hello. So I did find another service. Oh, good morning, Barb. Barb's here. Good morning. Um, I've been playing with it. If you guys have been following my profile page, you'll know that I've been doing some testing, and I thought I had it all set up, you know, because it allows you to use your banner colors. Um, what I didn't realize is that you need to set that up for every time you stream, unless you use a previously set up studio. All right. So, like I said, this is all new to me. I wonder if it'll let me change this. Gina, I'm going to assume, yeah, I can't change it right now. I'm going to assume I'm still a little out of focus. Good morning, Woody. Good morning. It's good to see you. God, whoops. I got something beeping over here. All right. So, anyways, oh, Cindy's here. Good morning. Good morning, Cindy. Good morning. Working in the shop. There is one thing that this thing does that I kind of like. What do you think of that? With this whole chat display thing, those of you that are on the YouTube can see the chat from those that are on the Facebook. Yay. I thought that was kind of cool. But anyways, I gotta go back in and reset my branding. Reset my branding with my colors and my logo, and yeah, still out of focus. Still out of focus. All right. I'll have to figure that out. Maybe it's my camera. Maybe it's my resources. But I'm hoping. Is it terrible? Is it terrible? You like that? Cindy says that she likes seeing the chat on the Facebook side. She usually tunes into YouTube, and now she can follow everybody on Facebook, and Facebook can follow everybody on YouTube. I thought that was kind of neat. So as far as the focus, I'll go back and look at it on the other side and see if there's any tweaking I can do. It's not bad, just out of focus. Could be the camera. Kind of fiddled with that a little bit this morning. All right. Oh, there it is. I can handle the blur. Okay. All right. So that's the new streaming service. One of the things, Machine, good morning. Good morning. I was just telling everybody we're working with a new streaming service. I understand the video quality is kind of blurry, but you guys can hear me, and you can see chat from both resources. I do have access to a third resource. Not quite sure where I'm going to go with that yet. And the other thing it allows me to do, it allows me to bring in up to 2 other cameras. So those times that I have the machine running in the other room, I can set a camera up and bring that in. And I can set up a third camera and bring that in. So those are all things that I kind of like. So we'll see how this goes. I haven't given up the other streaming service yet. I still have my subscription, still goes for a little bit. But I think once I get settled into this, just like with the other service, just like with anything else, once you get settled in, it works. Okay, so what were we what was one of our other my studio. All right, people. I am not a housekeeper by any means. I am a child of the 70s. Hey, listen, did you see? I know I'm going off onto another tangent here. They got that whole generation thing. There's the baby boomers, and then I don't know. I have to go through it all. Anyways, my group got its own. Oh, you think so? Barb's. Oh, that. Do it again, Barb. Do it again. I'll wait for it. I'll watch. So my generation, because we're right at the end of the baby boomer thing, and right at the beginning, maybe not. All right. Right at the beginning of that next generation, kind of in between, they gave us our own designation. They gave us our own designation, and here's what's funny about it. It's it my maiden name. My maiden name is Jones. And Debbie, good morning. Good to see you. Debbie, I have something for you later. Um, and they call us now the Jones generation. We're that group of 60s through the 70s, that in between generation. And the posting I saw, uh, the posting I saw uh, wanted to make sure Gen X wanted to make sure that Gen X knew. Really, Cindy's hearing different bell sounds. Um, Wanted to make sure that the Gen X people knew that they are not the first ones to drink out of a hose or be outside until the street lights came on. We were there. We were there. We did that. Um, so, anyways, I have my own generation now. Where was I going? Oh, my studio. And the reason I was going, why I went off in that tangent. I'm not a housekeeper. I am the oldest of, well, when I was growing up, it was five. Child number six came after I got married and left the house. Good morning, Nikki. Good morning. Oh, um, so one of the things when you know, that whole 70s era, there was that whole recession and money was always tight, especially for a big family. So I actually started working. And yeah, you're going to say, but it was just babysitting. It was just pocket money, but it wasn't. My babysitting money went to my family. South Karina, yay, from South Africa. Um, my babysitting money went to my family to help put, food on the table, just like anybody else. And then as soon as I was able to get my school work permit, I had, I worked. I worked after school. I worked on weekends. My senior year of high school, I only went to school a half a day because I had all the credits I needed, but still had to go to school half a day. And then I had full-time hours. All of my money went to the family to help support. So housekeeping uh, was not I was going out and working. So, my family, my mother and my father both said, you are not, you're helping to support this family. You don't need to be doing any of the chores. So I was never raised doing chores. So I've never really been good at it. I could pass, but I was never really any good at it. But so I just want to tell you, and why am I bringing all this up? I want to tell you that even though it may still look like a pile of whatever, Jesse, good morning. I am very happy with it. You ready? Let's see if we can. All right. So, okay. I know I can do this. Nope. Nope. All right. So this is part of my workroom. Now, again, it may look like there's a lot of stuff here, but I know what all that stuff is. This is kind of like a catch-all. Um, but I know where everything is. Remember those containers that I bought? There's one right there. It's holding everything that this station works. This is actually my cutting station. Of course, got a couple of things here that are not cutting related, but I know where they are. Here's another workstation. This part right here, that's a camera setup. I wanted to find a way to do an overhead camera. PVC pipe, a couple of connectors, and I was able to mount the camera. when I'm out there doing a presentation showing you something, I can use this setup. I'm liking it. Yeah, I got, I remember, I am still very happy with this. Another just another workspace. I got lighting here that moves, my computer, one of my computers. There's my mother-in-law's centers up here. My hoop master is on wheels. It can move around. And another work area. You should have seen this table before I started. Please, I am really happy. It's all functional. And my happy embroidery machine. Yep. Let's see. So yeah, it still looks a fright, but I am very satisfied with it. Alrighty, Bella's back. Let's see if we can get her up here. Excuse me. Bella needs to play before I'll pick her up. I do this whole back and forth thing. Did you hear that? Come along, little girl. We ain't got time for this. You either come or you don't. All right. So that's the studio. But here, I got something I want to show you that I think is even more important than the studio. And where'd it go? It's not in there. All right. Well, we'll just take it the long way, right? Um, I've had so many projects working. Uh, One of the other projects was, if you had just, all right, where is it? We're going to pause, bring it up into big screen. Watch this. Watch this. Oh, sorry about that, everybody. She didn't want us. She wanted the window. This is my laser cutter. It's an actual S1. You remember, I wasn't sure if this was going to work. I didn't want to spend $10,000 on a laser cutter. But the functions that the software, Barb, did you get us? Oh, you're going to love that camera. The functions from the software, even though it says take a picture and it'll line up, didn't work. In fact, support said it doesn't work. So I tried to put a camera in myself. That didn't work. But I found somebody who made one work. And look at this. Look at this. Do you see the outline here? It's virtually perfect. Okay, now we got to open up this. So, and these are just test patches. I wasn't going to do a full color on patch. And this is the paper backing, the adhesive layer, stabilizer layer, fabric, white fabric. Anybody that's worked with diodes know that diode light, the diode laser, does not work well with white. but there are some tricks. So all of my testing on this patch stuff has always been on white because that's the one I want to make sure it works. I know it'll work on black. I know it'll work on every other color. Got to make sure it'll work on white. Underneath this is a stainless steel piece that a stainless steel piece that I use instead of laying it on the honeycomb because you want it to be as flat as possible. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? I am so happy with this. I am so happy with this. It is, it's amazing. I love it. What is Barb saying? So the person that I got the camera from, his name is Brian. He has a YouTube channel. He was developing this in the S1 groups, in the X2 groups. He was seeing a lot of people asking about the camera. How can I set up the camera? And he had already done this. So he decided to put together kits. And I got one of the first kits, and he and I were working back and forth because, I'm a little slow sometimes. But I'll right there in a moment, Barb. So I had, I worked with him back and forth, but look. And I've been able to replicate that. I've been able to repeat those results multiple times. I am so happy with this. Now, I know it'll do the patches because that's what I'm here for. But now I'm also playing with other things that the laser can do. So Barb says she is setting up a dual exhaust system for the S1 and the D1 Pro. She's excited to get starting lasering patches. I did too. Excuse me. My laser setup is set up in the garage. And I did that because I didn't want it inside the house because even with an exhaust system, even with all the filters, there's still going to be some residual odor. So I put it in the garage, and it's close enough to where I was able to use a vent hose and a dual exhaust system, and I set it so that it goes out the window. And I made it a permanent setup in the window, like you would for your dryer in your house. You vent that outside, and whatever window, well, in my world, it's a window, and you just kind of block off the rest of that window, and you make sure it's insulated because you don't want all that cold to come in. That's exactly what I did. And I'm very happy with the setup. And I'm now even happier that it's doing what I want it to do. And Barb, God, I'm sorry, people. You hit me up anytime you got a question. I'll do everything I can to help you get yours going the same minutes. So, we talked about the studio. We talked about the laser. We talked about the new streaming service. We have a few minutes. Let's talk 2025. 2025. I put a message out there earlier this week about traveling for next year. What are some of the available events and trade shows? Because things they be a changing, and I wanted to put together a list that people reference that might hit a couple of different categories. Good morning, Wendy. Wendy, looking for some details. We're getting to that now. So I put together an Excel spreadsheet, and I'm going to print it out in a PDF form, and I'm going to attach it in my group, in my profile files, and on my YouTube. But here, let's go back over here. Um, we have the events, the dates. I put the website, um, and if it's not noted in the name of the event, I put where it's located, and it includes not only embroidery and garment decoration, but I also put some sewing events in there. And I don't have detail on everything. For example, the everything embroidery, it's still pending. We're pending for dates and we're pending for but it's still there, and it's still there's a website, and it's something that you can follow. And my two personal favorites are the EEM and Getaway. And why is that? Because they are so full of people that are eager to share and exchange and network, and it's a community get together. It's a rendezvous of tribe, um, and I like that. The others, yes, Dax has got a lot of that going for it too. Um, and I can't speak to the more sewing and quilting, um, but I know that the others are more equipment related. Are you looking for a piece of equipment? This is where you should go. So what you're looking at here, these pieces with the highlight, um, these are pieces that I am going to try to budget for personally, and the ones in the are those that I would like to go to. Well, with the exception of printing. Why are you yawning? Anyways, those that I want to go to that I'm thinking about driving to. So versus plane. So, like I said, travel for next year. Do you guys have any ideas of trade shows you're going to go to next year? Um, I know it sounds like it's no, you've got plenty of time, and for some of them aren't until the second half of next year. But I need to budget for these things, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm putting together my travel budget. For example, and this is a hard one. I really, really want to go to Long Beach, not because I need to go to a big expo, but there are people there that are only going to Long Beach that I want to meet up with. The Wilcom team is there, and I want to go and sit down with the Wilcom team and talk about software. In Dax, Chicago, that's my home show. I'm up. This particular show is less than an hour's drive from me. Actually, that one should be orange. That should be the drive, and that one should be the travel. Um, Fort Worth is moving to Dallas next year. Really, things they are moving. Yeah, the Dax in Chicago, that used to be in Tinley Park, which is about two and some hours from me. Here it's in Schaumburg, which is maybe an hour, 45 minutes. That one would be a big drive. Oh, Fort Worth is under building out there. You guys, that Texas country, you guys are building. I would like to maybe go to one of the quilt shows. I understand that the Houston International Show is really, really big, really popular. So yeah, I'm looking at my travel for next year. And if you guys have anything on your list that I don't have on mine, share it with me. Um, Maybe we can get together. So that's today's broadcast. What do you think? Any questions? You can always reach me. I, I had a banner. I had a banner. Remember I said at the very beginning when I set all of this up, I thought I had it set. Um, and then afterwards that I have to see each studio. Yeah, really. So 40 years ago, oh my, that's 40 years ago. Um, Impressions Expo used to be called ISS, a twofer. And then, back when ISIS became an issue, they changed it to Impressions Expo. But it used to be in Dallas rather than Fort Worth. And what does Cindy say here? Next year's Houston Quilt Show and the Impressions Show are on the same weekend. It's a twofer. It's a twofer. Might have to do that one because it's a twofer. All right. Okay, everybody. Um, Let me know what you think of this new streaming service. I'm going to work on the blurry video. Um, let's see what we got here. All right. Wish me luck.
Wasn't that fun? Do you have more questions? Do you want to learn something new? Join me at quicktostitch.com for coffee and conversation, and we'll talk about it. Embroidery machines, designs, and business. Hope to